Welcome back to Film Snob HQ. We continue the road to Avengers Doomsday. We are in the fourth era of Marvel films, and as of this episode, we are beginning the third phase of the MCU. We've looked at Fantastic Four, the 2015 remake, we've looked at Deadpool, and now we have one of the most hotly anticipated Marvel films of all time. There's a lot of excitement around this one, a lot of expectation. This film was following up its predecessor, Captain America the Winter Soldier, which is arguably one of the best Marvel films ever made. It was expanding on things set up in Age of Ultron, and it was looking to incorporate Ant-Man and introduce two new characters into the fold and adapt one of the most popular Marvel storylines of the mid-2000s. I'm, of course, talking about Captain America Civil War. Expectations were high. We'd had a pretty good run, and this marks the true beginning of an incredible run that Marvel has. For the next 3 years, they're pretty much flawless. They cannot be touched. Phase 3 is almost perfection. The story follows Cap and his new team of Avengers, the Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, and Falcon, who start off in Lagos trying to stop Crossbones, Brock Rumlow from the previous film, who's trying to track down a biological weapon and use it. However, things don't quite work out the way they're supposed to. During their containment of the issue, the Scarlet Witch, in her inexperience, accidentally causes an explosion which kills a bunch of innocent people, which brings the main question to light. Should the Avengers be able to operate independently, or do they need to be kind of kept in check? Do they need to report to a government authority? And that's what the whole film is basically about. Like, they're a great team, and they've saved so many lives in the Avengers, in Age of Ultron, in Winter Soldier, like all these wonderful films. They've saved all these people, but there's also a lot of damage, a lot of casualty. And what do we do when things go wrong? Enter Thunderbolt Ross, who we haven't seen since The Incredible Hulk. He returns. Enter Iron Man. Tony Stark is also in support of these accords, the Sokovia Accords they're called. And it begins this kind of philosophical debate that draws a line between the teams. Some want to sign the accords and they want to be kept in check. Others, led by Steve Rogers, want to stay independent. They'd rather work for themselves than for a government body. And this causes a lot of tension. We also see Bucky return. He's still the Winter Soldier. He's still a little bit brainwashed. Someone is trying to use him against the Avengers and to cause more problems. Helmut Zemo, played by Daniel Bruhl, who's wonderful in the role. One of the best Marvel villains we've had. He's very complex. His motivations make sense. And he succeeds. Spoiler alert for a 10-year-old film. Like, he does what he plans to do. Most of the villains haven't done that. We introduce the nation of Wakanda, and we get Chadwick Boseman, the late great Chadwick Boseman, as Black Panther, who's excellent in the film. And we finally, after 5 Spider-Man films, we get a Marvel Spider-Man, an MCU Spider-Man. Tom Holland makes his debut, and he was 20 years old in this film, but I was watching the film the other night, and he looks like a kid. He looks so young in this film. It's crazy that he's been Spider-Man for 10 years already. The film is full of wonderful action set pieces. Chasing down Bucky in Vienna. Black Panther and Captain America trying to chase down Bucky. Captain America trying to save him from Black Panther. The airport sequence, which is incredible. We have the return of Scott Lang as Ant-Man, but he also appears as Giant Man, which I remember when that happened in the film, I didn't know how I felt about it because it's so silly. Even though we've been to space with the Guardians of the Galaxy, even though we've had Thor and Loki and Asgard, even though we've got a flying metal suit and super soldier serum and a green rage monster, for some reason, Giant Man felt too silly, but I got over it, obviously. And then we have the incredible final showdown between Cap, Bucky, and Iron Man, and the disillusion of the Avengers. Like, at the end of this film, the Avengers are gone. Like, they're broken up, as Dr. Banner would say in Infinity War. It's a really wonderful film. I know people complain that there are too many characters and it's not really a Captain America film, it's more of an Avengers film. This is absolutely Captain America's story from start to finish. It's all about him and kind of the challenges he faces, both being a soldier from the 40s, but also a friend of someone who's become brainwashed. And it's not that much bigger than Winter Soldier. Like, there are a few more characters in there, but it's still it's still very well balanced. Sometimes your main character has a lot of heroes show up in it, and that's always a fun thing. So I really like it. It's definitely a top tier Marvel film for me. And it sets, kind of the tone not only of the phase, but also kind of lets us know what to expect when Thanos shows up, because now we don't have a team protecting Earth. They're all scattered. And that's the worst time to do it, when there's a Mad Titan approaching. In terms of new characters returning, all the core Avengers I've talked about already. Obviously, Chadwick Boseman has passed away, so he won't be returning. Although I do think we will get a Black Panther, whether it's Shuri or someone else. There have been rumors of another like multiversal Black Panther showing up. I would like that character to come back. Tom Holland Spider-Man in Doomsday or Secret Wars is definitely coming back. For sure, we're getting Spider-Man again. But anyway, that's Captain America Civil War. Next up is X-Men Apocalypse.